What up, caller? How you doing? Welcome to the Pagan Demon Show. What can we do for you?
Hi, this is Bobby Jones. I'm calling in. I spoke to you last week. I was going through some hard times, and you guys helped me out a lot, and I'm calling back.
Bobby Jones, it's good to hear from you.
How you doing, Bobby?
Well, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Oh, doing real good. How's the domestic whoring going?
Well, I decided that my girlfriend and I got back together, and I promised her to hang up my domestic whore hat, and I'd take on a new line of work, and that's making her happy.
Well, that's good.
Glad we could help.
So you only wear a hat? I thought there would be a domestic whore helmet. That's just the vision in my head. I don't know.
It's more like an apron.
I'm sure it's a very masculine one. So what are you doing now?
Well, I'm a handyman.
You're a handyman? You mean
Isn't
like
that handy?
You mean like do you do like sawing on demand?
I don't touch saws.
No. How about do you like, you know, wring out sponges when people need their sponges wrung?
I'm allergic to sponges. I didn't grow up by the ocean, and when I touch a sponge, it tends to irritate my skin. I don't do any sponging.
Do you do any like lotioning? Any slathering of any body parts?
I once gave somebody a massage, but I injured them, so I don't touch that. And my girlfriend would not appreciate that kind of thing. I'm sticking with home repairs in the handyman.
Oh, that kind of handyman. Well, what specifically do you do?
Well, I'm still working on it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of services a handyman can provide. Do you know anything about the subject?
I think maybe, you know, unsticking things.
Unstiffing things.
A lot of greasing of things.
Oh, yes. Regular lubrication?
Well, I had an encounter with grease once back in the 70s when the show came out, the movie, and John Travolta just upset me so much that I can't go near grease. Are there any other jobs that a handyman
You know,
can do
John
that don't
Travolta's an
involve
alien.
grease?
You know John Travolta's an alien, don't you, Bobby? You've heard this?
Oh, yeah, we've had him over to the ship.
You have?
Well, yeah. He's an alien after all.
He's really 2
I
foot
did
3.
not know this.
Yeah, he's really 2'3", and his voice is like way up here.
We just enlarged
Is
him.
it true that Olivia Newton-John's family invented the Fig Newton?
That is true, yes. That is a fact.
And the Apple Newton.
I read it on Wikipedia.
That's right. So you know it's true.
I trust the internet. I don't really know how to use it, but sometimes people show me websites and I believe everything they say.
Oh, yeah. There's so much love on the internet.
You should try our website, Bobby.
You should. PaganDemons.com.
I've gone to it on Greenlight Radio, and I share it with my friends on my girlfriend's Facebook page because I don't have a Facebook page.
They kick you off of there?
What I need is you guys to help me again. I want to be a handyman, but I need to know if I'm going to change careers, what should I focus on to make a living so I can make my girlfriend happy by buying stuff?
I understand that, but first,
essentials.
Before we can answer that question, Bobby, we need to hear a description of your girlfriend.
My girlfriend, well, her name is Maggie, and she drinks a lot of Jim Beam. She's pretty. I think she's pretty. I don't take her out because I don't like people to see me with her. But when we're alone, she's pretty in good lighting, dim lighting. I use a lamp I throw my apron, my domestic whore apron over the lamp to dim the lighting. That seems to work.
And what does she do?
Well, she can't do a lot because she's allergic to weather. Snow and rain give her the hiccups. Clouds make her nervous, and well, wind freaks her out. She's got like a neurological disorder in which when wind blows across the hair on her arms and legs, it makes her ticklish.
Is there a name for that condition?
Pardon?
Is there a name for that condition?
I think it's called meteorologic susceptibility.
Yes, I've heard of this. Yes, I've heard much of this. This is a common ailment.
That's right. When the wind blows,
Yeah.
you can talk them out of all their money.
Yeah, but they don't make a pill for that, so I have to keep her inside most of the time.
Right.
Maybe that's what you can do, Bobby. You can come up with the pill for meteorological idosis.
So you're saying I need to invent something?
That's what handymans do.
That's really it. When you're not handyman.
That's why I called. She says that I would make a good handyman. But
you got a
sounds
killer
like
set of
telling me I
tools, don't
should
you,
be an
Bobby?
inventor.
Well, I think you have to put your hands on stuff. I think that's how that works. Handyman put their hands on stuff.
They get handy. Handsy man.
Well, I can clap really well, and I know how to do like 6 handshakes, and I can also make shadow figures.
You're halfway there.
I like the shadow
All right.
figures.
Yeah.
I can also roll clay into perfect balls and line them up on a table from smallest to largest, and they end up with my palm prints on them, which are really cool because those are like fingerprints.
That is really
So
cool.
it's like a history of me, and if I died, you could identify me by the prints on those balls.
You could use that skill to make the pills.
You got some balls, Bobby.
You could roll your own balls.
That could be my motto.
That's right. My name is Bobby Jones, and I roll my own balls.
I can picture the truck now. It would be white, and in blue lettering, it would say Handyman Bobby Jones. I roll my own balls, and I'll fix stuff for you. But here's the thing. I never fixed anything, so I need to know what do people need to have fixed in their house that I could charge for?
Guilty consciences.
Yeah, you can fix those all over the place. Everyone's got one of those.
Well, guilt I find when I'm dealing with Maggie is that if I pour her another glass of Jim Beam and then I just say to her, it doesn't matter, that usually cures her guilty conscience.
That's a service right there. You could just go around to people's houses, pour them some Jim Beam, and just tell them it doesn't matter.
How much would I charge for this service?
I'd say about $400 a pop,
Does that include the price of the Jim Beam?
plus tip. Of course it includes the price of the Jim Beam. I mean, this is a package deal, Bobby.
Okay, all right. Well, I think I could write up something to work with.
And you'll have to do the song and dance jingle, of course. That's part of
Who?
Intergalactic Corporation's, presets in the contract.
The what?
The Intergalactic Corporation, they're the ones hiring you to do all of this.
You're not making any sense. Intergalactic? I want to work locally.
Look out in the driveway, Bobby. Do you see the really, really, really bright light?
I don't have a driveway.
Well, you see.
Good answer,
It sure
Bobby.
looks like one from here, man. I'll tell you that. Okay, the Chevy on blocks outside your window. Do you see that?
It's not a Chevy. It's a lawnmower.
I need to have my glasses checked. I tell you, this scanner's not working very well anymore. Bobby, go outside and stand in the bright, bright white light.
Okay. And
Look
will
up.
this lead to some sort of employment opportunity?
Do not stand halfway in or halfway out. Stand in the very middle.
We got a job for you, Bobby.
Come up here. We'll introduce you to the
somebody's gotta
Intergalactic
buy
Corporation.
Somebody's got to buy a Jim Beam, and now that I'm back in a relationship, I got to be a breadwinner. And I'm asking for help. I'm looking for advice and direction. You guys helped me out so much last week that I got my woman back,
Well-
and now I need help.
We need to know more about you as a person, Bobby. If we're going to solve these problems, it goes farther than just what's on the surface. It's deeper. How about your past relationships? Have you had much trouble with your past relationships?
Well, Maggie and I broke up, of course. You know the story, that because I got busted having sex with a starfish when we were on vacation in the Bahamas.
Happens.
So I have a tendency to drink too much Jim Beam and I lose my boundaries and interspecies, or even when it comes to igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks, like I don't draw a line.
Up
and then
here.
plants.
Up here
plant
on the
sometimes
spaceship,
get
in outer
involved.
space, love is love, baby. You just you get it on with whatever you want. I mean, you're in the rubber bands, you just do that. Paper clips, female starfish, whatever.
So you don't hold the celery incident against me?
Not at all. I say you just get yourself some. There ain't enough love in the world.
I actually hold it away
Well-
from you.
Yeah, but some of those you might want to hold kind of at a distance, just in case they spray.
But how is any of this going to make me pay the bills?
Oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah, we really don't care about that at all.
Well, that's why I'm calling.
Oh, that's
now
why
I
you're
get
calling.
it.
It's an
Oh.
advice line call. Well,
I thought you guys were like
now that you put it that
Dr.
way,
Oz.
I think I know that there's a great career in drive-through operators.
Drive-through? Drive-through what?
Oh, there's drive-through all sorts of things these days,
Well, Maggie and I
drive-through
broke up last
typewriter
year
repair.
because drive-through typewriter repair.
Oh yeah, you could be a typewriter repairman. I hear there's a great market for that right now.
Do you need any skills?
No, certainly not.
No, the fewer the better.
That's right. Matter of fact, if you have skills, you really don't want to show them during the job interview.
Okay. Now, are you talking about inky ribbons and stuff?
Well, you're the typewriter repairman, Bobby. You can't be asking me these technical questions. I'm an advice line help professional.
Are you guys affiliated with Ellen at all?
Oh, of course. Who?
Ellen, that lesbian talk show host.
Oh, we thought you said Alan.
Alan, yeah.
Alan
no.
Ginsberg. Yeah, he's on the ship.
Yeah, he's here, but Ellen, no.
Ellen? No, yeah,
I
never heard of her.
I once vomitated at an Allen Ginsberg poetry reading.
Really?
Yeah.
You could get hired doing that.
It was Maggie and I's first date. It was back in 1996, and she made me drink Jim Beam and listen to Allen Ginsberg poetry, and I vomitated all over my right leg, and we had to leave the show.
So is the name of your right leg Allen Ginsberg?
No, I can't even say the words Allen Ginsberg without. Hold on.
Well, thanks for calling in, Bobby. I hope everything works out well for you. And
Well,
yes, go on.
I want to fix things.
Oh, I think you're fixing
And-
things just fine right now, Bobby.
I want to buy a set of tools so I could go out there and show up at people's houses and say, "Hi, I'm Bobby Jones. I used to be a domestic whore, but now I fix things. What's broken in your home?" And then they would hire me and pay me per individual fix. And that way I could accumulate large sums of money in order to keep Maggie happy. So what I'm asking you to help me out with is so that when I show up to these houses, I'm prepared for what sort of variety of broken things these people might toss at me to take care of.
Oh, that
I need
sort
advice.
of thing.
Get it. Oh.
I need advice.
You fix broken
What
homes.
break-
You'll want a
What
large bag of sexual toys. You want a good assortment. You want jellies. You want juices. You want oils. You need tools. You need electrical adapters. And then, of course, you'll need a disclaimer.
Oh, yes, you'll need the contract, paperwork, disclaimers, for sure. After all, you are a professional, Bobby.
I don't want a paper trail. The IRS caught up with me last year and wanted a percentage of my $50 for working as a domestic whore, and they made my life hell. If I have disclaimers and things with my actual name on them, I'm going to get in trouble. I want to just fix stuff and leave with the cash.
In that
So
case,
I'm asking you.
I think what you should do, Bobby, is you should walk up to the doors. You should knock on the door with a ball-peen hammer and stand there holding it up as if it were sort of a tomahawk. And at that point, just say, "Let me come in and fix stuff for like $500." And I bet you a lot of people will just take you up on it.
Didn't you ever see Death of a Salesman? I'm not going door to door. I want them to call me to fix stuff.
Hey, wait a second.
I'm no Willie Loman. I have a woman. Her name is Maggie. And she loves me. She's back with me. And I want to sit at home in front of a phone and have people call me to provide services. I'm not going to knock on doors.
So what about the domestic whoring? What happened to that?
she won't let me do it anymore.
Sounds like what you need, Bobby, is to get yourself a nice 976 number and sit around and wait for the phone to ring.
What is that all about?
Well, see, then you can start fixing people's problems right there over the phone. You know, you
What
just...
problems?
Yeah, you know, mostly sexual.
Sexual?
Yep. I'm sure you can figure it out.
They'd call me, and what would I do?
Just talk to them. Just, you know, ask them what they want to hear from you, and you just sort of tell them what they want to hear. It's just that easy.
Just like the domestic whoring, Bobby, you can just say, those curtains you bought yesterday are so beautiful. Now rub yourself slowly for me.
In tiny circles with your index fingers?
Yes! Yes!
You're a
That's
natural,
it.
Bobby.
Oh,
That's
I think
so
we've
great.
solved your problem.
We've solved your problem. Another
You're
success
welcome.
story on the Pagan Demon Show. Thanks for calling in, caller.
Bobby, thanks for calling in. It's always good to hear from Bobs.
I love being able to help out, you know.
Yes, well, I thought maybe we'd bring some more actual, I've got this, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. There's all these buttons up in front of me, yo.